Rin stood at the edge of the rooftop, feeling the cool wind brush against her face. The city stretched below her like a sea of lights, towers glowing in colors she had never seen on Earth. Neon signs flickered in alien scripts, and strange machines zipped through the sky on invisible paths. For most people, the city was overwhelming, confusing, or even frightening. But Rin loved it. Here, above the streets, she could see clearly. She could think. She held a small device in her hands, a homemade receiver she had been working on for weeks. Most people thought it was useless, a toy in a world of alien technology far beyond human understanding. But Rin had a feeling. There was a pattern hidden in the signals that the aliens ignored. Something important. For hours, she listened. The hum of the city was constant, a mechanical heartbeat that never stopped. But through the noise, she heard it, a whisper. It was faint, almost like a secret carried on the wind, a human voice she had never expected to hear here. She froze. "Who is there?" she whispered to herself, her voice trembling. The whisper returned, fragmented, broken by the distance and interference. But the words were human. Not alien. Not machine. Human. Rin's heart raced. How could a human voice reach her on this alien world? She ran her fingers over the controls of the receiver, adjusting frequencies, changing channels, trying to make the whisper clearer. The words were still soft, almost like a song, but they made sense in a strange, half-forgotten way. "Find the star map," Rin blinked. A star map? Humans had lived among the stars long before anyone here could remember. She shivered. The aliens controlled everything, claiming the galaxy was theirs. But this was proof that humans had a history even they did not know. Her thoughts raced. She needed to tell someone, but who could she trust? Most humans had learned to hide, to survive quietly under alien rule. But there was one person she could rely on. Taro, she whispered to herself. Her friend had been a pilot before the aliens had taken over most of the skies. Now he worked as a technician, repairing machines the aliens considered sacred. If anyone could help her, it was him. Rin moved quickly, descending the metal stairway that led to the streets. The city was alive with movement. Aliens in strange uniforms walked past, speaking in their sharp, melodic language. Machines floated in the air, carrying goods, people, and messages. Rin stayed in the shadows, careful to avoid attention. Even the smallest mistake could bring trouble. She found Taro in a small workshop tucked between two massive buildings. The place smelled of oil and metal, and small lights blinked on screens stacked on tables. Taro looked up, wiping his hands on a rag. "You look like you've seen a ghost," he said, smiling. Rin held up the receiver. "I found something." A human voice. "On the city signals. It's a whisper. It's asking about a star map." Taro frowned. "A human voice? Here?" "Rin, that's impossible. There hasn't been human contact outside our small community for decades." "I know," Rin said, her voice firm. "But I heard it. I need your help. I don't know what it means, but it feels important." Taro studied her, eyes narrowing. He was cautious, but he trusted Rin. She never lied. Finally, he nodded. "All right. Let's see what we can do. If there's really a message, we'll find it." The next hours passed quickly as they adjusted the receiver, analyzed the signals, and traced the whispers across the city's communication networks. Every step was dangerous. Alien patrols monitored the networks closely. Any unusual activity could be noticed immediately. But Rin and Taro moved carefully, using skills only humans could master: observation, patience, and creativity. Late at night, when most of the city was quiet, they discovered the source, a small, hidden satellite orbiting above the planet. Its signals were weak, almost lost among the mass of alien communication. But there it was, the whisper, calling to them, asking to be found. Rin looked up at the sky, toward the tiny point of light where the satellite hovered. "We're going to find it," she said softly. "We have to know what it wants us to find." Taro nodded, a mixture of excitement and worry on his face. If this is true, if humans really left something behind, it could change everything. Rin's eyes sparkled. For the first time, she felt the thrill of discovery, the sense that humans were capable of more than anyone, even the aliens, had imagined. And high above the city, the whisper continued, soft and persistent, like a promise. A whisper on the rooftop. A call from the past. A secret waiting to be discovered. Rin clenched her fists. Whatever it was, she knew one thing: humans would find a way. Always. The city at night was alive with lights and movement. Flying vehicles streaked across the sky like bright shooting stars, and towering buildings glowed with colors Rin had never seen on Earth. Yet for all its beauty, Rin felt the city closing in. Every shadow seemed deeper, every alley narrower. She and Taro ran through the streets, clutching the small receiver that had led them to the hidden satellite. Their hearts pounded in rhythm with their footsteps. They knew that the alien authorities monitored unusual activities closely. Any signal out of place, any strange device, could bring patrols within minutes. "We need to reach the safe house," Taro said, glancing over his shoulder. His voice was steady, but his eyes were sharp, alert. "If they see us, they'll take the device and probably arrest us both." Rin nodded, keeping her eyes on the path ahead. Her mind was racing faster than her legs. They were humans in a city ruled by aliens who believed humans were weak and unworthy. But humans had something aliens could never understand: instinct, creativity, and the courage to act when others would freeze. Suddenly, a bright searchlight swept across the street. The hum of alien patrol vehicles grew louder, engines vibrating through the ground. Rin's heart skipped a beat. "They've found us," she whispered. Taro grabbed her hand. "Follow me. Trust me." They darted into a narrow alley, ducking behind a stack of metal crates. Above them, a patrol drone hovered, scanning with a soft blue light. Rin held her breath. Every instinct screamed at her to run, but moving too soon could reveal their hiding spot. Taro motioned for her to stay low. Slowly, silently, the drone passed, moving on to check another alley. "Let's keep moving," Taro said once it was gone. They ran again, weaving through streets that twisted like a maze. Rin noticed small details that the aliens overlooked: hidden ladders, weak floor panels, and the gaps between towers. Humans could notice these things, and that gave them an advantage. They reached a skybridge connecting two buildings. Above them, other patrol drones hovered like silent predators. Rin's heart pounded, but she focused. "We can cross," she said. "We just need to time it right." Together, they climbed onto the bridge, moving carefully. A drone below swept its light across the structure. Rin froze. Then, a small gust of wind blew past, and Taro nudged her forward. They sprinted across, hearts racing, and reached the other side safely. Rin couldn't help but smile briefly. Humans could do amazing things when they had to. But there was no time to celebrate. They had to reach the old observatory where the whispers were pointing. If they delayed too long, the aliens would catch up. Ren adjusted the receiver again. The whispers were faint but steady now, guiding them like a hidden trail. As they ran, Ren remembered the first night she had heard the whisper on the rooftop. The sense of discovery, the feeling that humans had a hidden history in the galaxy, had filled her with hope. Now, that hope was mixed with fear, but fear did not stop her. Humans never gave up, even in the darkest moments. The streets grew quieter as they neared the outskirts of the city. Here, the towers were shorter, and the lights less bright. The air felt cleaner, less controlled. But danger was still near. Alien sensors scanned continuously, and patrols were unpredictable. Suddenly, a loud alarm blared behind them. Ren glanced back and saw multiple patrols racing toward them. The chase had escalated. "We can't go straight," she shouted to Taro. "We need another way." Taro's eyes scanned the rooftops above. "There," he said, pointing. A narrow fire escape led to a series of connected rooftops. "We can use this." They climbed, moving from roof to roof with precision and speed. The city below looked smaller now, but the danger felt closer than ever. Each jump tested their balance and courage. Ren felt the wind tug at her clothes, her heart racing with every step. Yet she moved with confidence. Humans were survivors, and she knew they could do this. Eventually, they reached a secluded rooftop near the edge of the city. From here, they could see the observatory in the distance, a small dome hidden among hills and trees. Ren adjusted the receiver one last time. The whisper was stronger now, almost like it was guiding them. "We're close," she said, breathless but determined. "The signal, it's leading us right to it." Taro nodded. "Good. But we need to be careful. The aliens won't give up easily." Ren looked out at the city one last time. The lights sparkled below, indifferent to their struggle. Yet she felt a surge of determination. They were humans, and humans had never been known to surrender. The whisper had found her once, and now it would lead them to something greater, a secret humans had hidden long ago, a story of courage, ingenuity, and survival. With a final glance at the horizon, Ren and Taro jumped down from the rooftop, disappearing into the shadows. The chase was far from over, but for the first time, they felt the thrill of hope. The city might have been vast, alien, and dangerous, but Ren knew one thing: humans were clever, fast, and fearless. And no matter what, they would reach the observatory and uncover the secret of the whisper. Ren and Taro moved quietly through the outskirts of the city. The streets here were narrow, lined with abandoned buildings and silent machines that had long stopped working. The bright neon lights of the city were far behind, replaced by the soft glow of the night sky. The whisper on the receiver pulsed faintly, guiding them toward the next clue. "We're getting closer," Ren whispered, adjusting the device. The soft hum of the signal grew stronger, almost like a heartbeat. She could feel her excitement building. Every step brought them nearer to something humans had left behind long ago, something the aliens had never found. Taro glanced around, wary. "Keep alert. We don't know if patrols are still following us. Even here, someone might notice unusual activity." Ren nodded. Humans had learned to survive in alien cities by thinking faster and observing more carefully. Every shadow, every sound could be a threat or a clue. They moved cautiously but with purpose. After a long walk, they reached the edge of a hill. The observatory stood there, small and round, half hidden by trees and rocks. Its dome reflected the starlight, and the structure seemed almost forgotten by time. Ren's heart leapt. "We found it," she said softly. They approached the observatory carefully. The door was old but surprisingly intact. Ren pushed it open, and a faint creak echoed through the empty hall. Inside, dust covered every surface, but the air felt alive with the energy of discovery. Strange machines lined the walls, some blinking faintly, others silent as if waiting for someone to wake them. In the center of the room, a pedestal held a holographic projector. Ren's eyes widened as she activated it. Light spread across the room, forming the image of a star map. The stars glowed softly, and lines connected them in patterns that told a story. Taro leaned closer. This is incredible. Humans really were here, exploring the galaxy. Aliens never knew this. Ren studied the map carefully. The lines connected planets, moons, and systems humans had once visited or lived on. She traced one path with her finger. "Look here," she said. "These coordinates, they match the ones in the whisper. Someone left this message for us. They wanted humans to find it someday." The realization filled them with awe. Humans were not just survivors, they were explorers, inventors, and pioneers. The aliens had tried to erase or ignore this history, but it had survived, waiting for the right humans to rediscover it. Ren turned to Taro. "We have to understand this. We have to follow these paths and learn everything humans accomplished. This could change how we live, how others see us." Taro nodded slowly, a mixture of pride and caution on his face. "And we have to be careful. If aliens discover this, they might try to take it or destroy it. We have to move carefully." For hours, they studied the holographic map, tracing lines and identifying key locations. Ren realized that the whispers had guided them not just to the observatory but also to this very moment, the revelation of human ingenuity hidden in plain sight. "This is bigger than I imagined," Ren said quietly. "Humans left messages across the galaxy. They planned for us to find them, even if it took generations." Taro smiled. "They must have trusted that humans would never give up, no matter what. That's what makes us different. We adapt, we survive, and we find solutions when nothing seems possible." The map projected images of planets with strange structures, remnants of human settlements, and even machines designed to explore and record information. Ren felt a sense of connection with these humans who had come before. She felt the weight of their curiosity, their courage, and their determination. Suddenly, the receiver beeped. The whisper returned, clearer than before. "Next step, courage," it said. Ren's eyes sparkled. The journey was far from over, but now they had direction, purpose, and proof that humans could accomplish incredible things. Ren and Taro prepared to leave the observatory, taking notes and recording every detail from the holographic map. They knew the aliens might soon discover their location, but the thrill of discovery outweighed the fear. Humans thrived when they faced challenges, and this was one challenge they could not ignore. As they stepped outside, the first light of dawn touched the horizon. The city in the distance looked small, almost insignificant. Ren looked at Taro and smiled. "We're not just humans surviving here. We're humans remembering who we are." Taro nodded, feeling the truth in her words. "And soon, we'll show the galaxy what humans can do." The whisper on the receiver faded into a soft hum, as if acknowledging their determination. Ren clenched her fists with resolve. Whatever obstacles lay ahead, humans would find a way. They always had. And with the map in their hands, they were ready for the next step of the journey. The true adventure was just beginning. Rin and Taro returned to the city under the cover of night, carrying the knowledge from the observatory. The holographic star map rested safely in a portable device, glowing faintly with human ingenuity. Their minds raced with possibilities. Humans had hidden history, secret knowledge, and tools far beyond what the aliens believed possible. Now, Rin had an idea, one that could show the aliens what humans were truly capable of. "We need to test this," Rin said, her eyes bright. "We have to prove that humans can create, adapt, and think in ways the aliens don't expect. If we succeed, it will change everything." Taro studied her carefully. "You mean, show them our intelligence? That's risky. If we fail, they'll take everything and punish us." Rin smiled. "Then we make sure we don't fail. We'll use what humans do best: observation, creativity, and courage." For days, they worked in a hidden workshop, a small space beneath an abandoned building. The city above hummed with alien activity, unaware of the humans preparing to challenge expectations. Rin and Taro combined human ingenuity with salvaged alien technology. Circuits, wires, and small machines filled the room, blinking softly as they connected them to the receiver. Their plan was simple but bold. They would amplify the whisper signals across the city, creating a message that demonstrated human intelligence, curiosity, and persistence. The aliens had dismissed human abilities for centuries, but Rin and Taro believed in the strength of their species. "We need to time it right," Taro said, holding a set of plans. "If the message appears during peak surveillance, the aliens will notice it immediately. We have to control the exposure carefully." Rin nodded. "I'll handle the timing. You focus on the device. Let's show them what humans can do." The final night arrived. The device was ready, humming softly as it drew power from a hidden generator. Rin positioned the receiver to capture the whisper from the satellite, while Taro adjusted the amplifiers and signal enhancers. The room was silent except for the low hum of electricity and the soft beep of the receiver. "Ready?" Rin asked, her voice steady despite the excitement and fear. Taro nodded. "Ready." Rin pressed the final switch. Light pulsed from the device, sending the amplified signal across the city. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, across the streets and towers, the whisper became clear. Words echoed in human language, forming a simple but powerful message: humans are observers, thinkers, creators, and explorers. Aliens paused in their patrols, staring in surprise. Screens that normally displayed routine data now showed the message, a display of human skill and ingenuity that challenged centuries of assumptions. Some aliens whispered to one another, curious and confused. Humans had done something they had thought impossible. Rin felt a thrill of pride. "It worked," she said softly. "They see us now, even if they don't understand everything yet." Taro grinned, though his eyes remained cautious. "It worked. But we need to be ready. They will investigate soon. We've drawn attention." Rin nodded. She knew the success was only the first step. The aliens might try to shut down the signal or find the source, but humans had survived worse. Humans were persistent, clever, and fearless when necessary. They monitored the city from their hidden workshop as patrol drones began scanning the streets. Aliens approached the area cautiously, inspecting buildings and rooftops. But the device had been well hidden, and Rin and Taro had covered their tracks with careful planning. The message continued to broadcast briefly, a silent declaration of human potential. "It's amazing," Rin whispered, watching the faint glow of the device. We didn't just survive. We proved that humans can create, adapt, and act with courage. The aliens can't deny it. Taro smiled. And this is only the beginning. Humans have a way of turning small actions into big changes. Once they see our potential, they can't unsee it. Rin thought about the whispers, the hidden star map, and the observatory. Each discovery had been a piece of a puzzle that now formed a larger picture. Humans were more than survivors, they were explorers, innovators, and thinkers capable of amazing achievements. The night passed quietly. The device powered down, leaving Rin and Taro in the soft glow of the workshop. They were exhausted but exhilarated. Humans had taken the first step in a challenge that would test their courage, creativity, and perseverance. Rin looked at Taro. Tomorrow, we continue. The map shows more places, more secrets. We have to find them. Humans were meant to explore. We have to keep going. Taro nodded, a determined smile on his face. Then let's do it. Together. Outside, the city slept, unaware that two humans had just sent a message that would change perceptions. The first test was complete. The aliens had seen, even if only briefly, that humans were not weak. Humans were clever, persistent, and capable of extraordinary things. And high above the city, the whisper from the past continued softly, a promise of the adventures yet to come. Rin clenched her fists with determination. Whatever the future held, humans would face it with courage and intelligence. They always had and always would. Rin stood on the rooftop where it all began, looking out at the city below. The lights twinkled like distant stars, but the air felt different tonight. It carried a sense of purpose, of possibilities, and of challenges yet to come. Taro joined her, carrying the small device with the holographic star map safely tucked under his arm. We've come a long way, Taro said quietly, scanning the streets below. But the aliens are still watching. We need to plan carefully. Rin nodded. The rooftop had always been her thinking place. It was high above the noise, high above the rules and control of the city. From here, humans could see beyond the ordinary. And tonight, she realized, this rooftop was more than a place of observation, it was a place of decision. We can't just survive anymore, Rin said, her voice firm. We need to take the next step. The map shows other humans may exist. Other places may hold secrets waiting for us. We have to find them. We have to prove what humans can do, even beyond the city. Taro leaned against the railing, thinking. It won't be easy. The aliens control everything: airways, satellites, patrols. If we leave the city, we'll be exposed. But, he looked at Rin and smiled. We are humans. We can adapt. We can find solutions. Rin smiled back. Exactly. We've survived this long. We've learned to hide, to observe, to act with precision. But now, it's time to move forward. This rooftop isn't just the start, it's the point where we choose to be brave. The night wind rustled through her hair as she adjusted the receiver. The whisper from the satellite was faint but steady, almost like encouragement. Rin felt a surge of determination. Humans had always been underestimated, and yet they had survived in ways no one could predict. That spirit was alive in her and in Taro. We should make a plan, Taro said. First, we need supplies: food, tools, anything we might need for the journey. Then, we find a way out of the city without being seen. The map will guide us. Rin nodded. And we'll leave clues for other humans, if they exist. We'll show them that courage and intelligence can overcome fear. That humans are capable of more than the aliens think. For hours, they stayed on the rooftop, discussing strategies and possibilities. They considered every risk: alien patrols, surveillance drones, and unpredictable weather. They also discussed every advantage: their human adaptability, ingenuity, and courage. Each plan was carefully thought out, but Rin knew that no plan would survive exactly as imagined. Humans thrived on improvisation, and that gave them an edge the aliens could never anticipate. As dawn approached, the city below began to stir. Lights flickered on in alien towers, and the hum of engines filled the air. Rin looked at Taro and said, "Tonight, we rest. Tomorrow, we move. But this rooftop will always remind us why humans never give up." Taro nodded. "It's a symbol. A reminder that even in a world that seems controlled, humans can rise above. We can be clever, fearless, and persistent. And we will." The first light of day touched the city's towers, painting them in soft gold. Rin and Taro gathered their supplies quietly, checking tools, devices, and the star map. They were ready to leave, but the rooftop had given them more than preparation, it had given them resolve. Rin looked at the horizon. "The map shows planets far beyond this system. We may encounter dangers we can't even imagine. But humans have a history of exploration, of facing challenges and finding solutions. We'll face whatever comes next, together." Taro checked the device one last time. "And no matter what, we'll adapt. That's what humans do. We see obstacles, we find ways around them, and we keep going. The aliens may not understand it, but it's our strength." Rin smiled, feeling the weight of their mission and the hope it carried. "Then let's go," she said. "The city won't hold us forever. There's a bigger universe waiting for humans to leave our mark." They stepped to the edge of the rooftop, pausing to take in the city one last time. Rin felt the whisper of the satellite signal, soft but clear, as if giving them encouragement. This rooftop had been the beginning, the place where discovery started, but it was also the place where humans chose courage over fear. With a deep breath, Rin and Taro began their descent, careful and quiet. Every movement was precise, every step planned, yet flexible. The city behind them faded slowly as they moved toward the outskirts, toward freedom, toward the unknown. The rooftop stood empty now, quiet and still, but it had fulfilled its purpose. It had given humans a chance to reflect, to plan, and to resolve to move forward. Above the city, the wind whispered through the towers, carrying a promise: humans would find their path. They would discover, adapt, and rise. Rin clenched her fists with determination. The journey ahead would test their courage, intelligence, and creativity, but humans had never failed when they faced the unknown. The whisper on the rooftop had become a call to action. And Rin knew they would answer it, no matter where it led. Rin and Taro reached the outskirts of the city just as the sun began to rise, painting the horizon in shades of gold and pink. The bustling streets and glowing towers were now far behind them, replaced by open land and quiet hills. For a moment, the world seemed calm, but they knew danger still lingered. The aliens would eventually notice their absence, and they had to be ready. "We need a craft," Rin said, scanning the horizon. "Something fast, something we can control. We can't take the long roads or the monitored paths." Taro nodded. "I know a place. There's an abandoned hangar outside the city. A few old alien ships are stored there. Some are operational. We can try one." The journey to the hangar was tense. They moved through valleys and small forests, careful to avoid patrols. Every sound and engine in the distance, the whistle of wind through the trees made them alert. Humans were small compared to the aliens, but their instincts, intelligence, and adaptability gave them a unique advantage. They could survive and thrive even when the odds were against them. Finally, they reached the hangar, a massive structure covered with dust and rust. Inside, half-forgotten ships rested on landing pads. Ren's eyes lit up as she spotted a small, sleek craft. "That one," she said. "It's fast and looks maneuverable." Taro approached it carefully, checking controls and systems. "It's old, but functional. We'll need to be careful, though. The navigation is basic, but humans can handle it." Ren climbed into the cockpit, her fingers brushing over the controls. She felt a thrill of excitement and fear. This was the moment of the great leap, leaving the city, leaving safety behind, and entering the unknown. Humans had always explored the unknown, and now it was their turn. "Ready?" Taro asked from beside the craft. Ren nodded. "Let's do it." The engines hummed to life. The craft lifted from the hangar smoothly, gliding over the land before shooting toward the sky. The wind rushed past, carrying the scent of freedom. For the first time in days, Ren felt truly alive. Humans were meant to explore, and this was the first step beyond the city's limits. As they navigated through the skies, Taro kept watch for patrol drones. Some appeared in the distance, scanning the area with blue searchlights. Ren adjusted the course, weaving between clouds and using hills to block the sensors. The aliens were powerful, but humans were clever. They could improvise and adapt when situations changed. "Look at that," Ren said, pointing to a cluster of asteroids ahead. The path was narrow and dangerous, but it was the fastest way to escape the planet's orbit. "We have to go through them." Taro swallowed hard. "It's risky, but we can do it. Trust your instincts." Ren focused, steering the craft carefully. Rocks and debris flew past at high speed, and every movement required precision. A single mistake could send them crashing. Yet humans were resilient. They moved with skill, using intuition and observation, predicting the paths of obstacles before the sensors even detected them. After tense minutes that felt like hours, they cleared the asteroid field. The planet below shrank, and the stars above seemed brighter. They had made it. Ren and Taro exchanged a relieved smile. Humans had taken their first leap into the wider galaxy. "Now what?" Taro asked, glancing at the star map. "The coordinates lead to other hidden human settlements. But we have no idea what we'll find." Ren smiled. "That's the adventure. Humans are explorers. We learn by discovering, by solving problems, and by facing challenges we can't imagine. Whatever is out there, we'll handle it. Together." For the next hours, they followed the map, traveling between systems. They encountered strange nebulae, fields of drifting ice, and distant moons that glowed softly in alien skies. Each sight reminded them of humans' potential and creativity. Humans had survived and thrived in harsh conditions for centuries. Nothing in the galaxy could match their curiosity and ingenuity. During the journey, Ren sent messages back to the city. Simple whispers, carefully coded, to inspire any humans who were listening. She wanted them to know that courage, intelligence, and persistence could change lives even in a world controlled by aliens. The whispers traveled slowly, carried across the communication networks, a sign that humans were not defeated. As they approached a distant planet marked on the map, Rin and Taro prepared for landing. The planet was lush, with green forests and sparkling rivers. According to the map, it might hold clues to other human settlements or hidden technology left by humans long ago. Rin took a deep breath. "This is it," she said. "We're close to discovering what humans left behind. The galaxy is vast, but we'll find our place. Humans always do." Taro nodded. "And no matter what challenges we face, humans adapt. We survive. We think. We create. That's what makes us strong." The craft descended toward the planet's surface. Rin felt the familiar rush of wind and gravity as they landed. They had taken the great leap from a city under alien control to a world filled with secrets, challenges, and possibilities. Humans had begun to reclaim their history, step by step, with courage and intelligence guiding the way. As they stepped onto the planet, Rin glanced at Taro. "The whispers brought us here. Now it's up to us to discover what humans built, and to continue the journey. Humans always rise to the challenge." Taro smiled. "Then let's see what awaits us. The galaxy won't know what hit it." Above them, stars shimmered like promises, and the whispers of human ingenuity carried forward, guiding Rin and Taro to the next stage of their adventure, the final challenge where humans would prove that courage, intelligence, and determination could overcome any obstacle. Rin and Taro stepped onto the surface of the distant planet, their feet sinking slightly into soft soil. The air was fresh, scented with the smell of trees and water, a sharp contrast to the crowded, metallic city they had left behind. The map had guided them here, to a place that humans had hidden long ago, a settlement lost to time and forgotten by alien eyes. This is incredible," Rin whispered. She looked around at the buildings, small and weathered but clearly built with care and intelligence. Machines, long silent, were scattered among the structures, waiting to be explored. Humans really lived here. They created, built, and left messages for us. Taro smiled, feeling the weight of history in the air. "It's proof of everything we've been trying to show. Humans are clever, persistent, and fearless. This place, it's a record of what humans can do." They entered the largest building, a round structure at the center of the settlement. Inside, the walls were lined with screens and panels, dormant but intact. Rin activated one, and light spread across the room. Holographic images filled the space, showing humans exploring planets, building machines, and recording knowledge. It was as if the entire settlement had been waiting for someone to find it. Rin felt a rush of pride. Humans had left this knowledge intentionally, trusting that future generations could discover it and continue the journey. "We have to make this known," she said. "Not just to humans, but to the galaxy. Humans have a history of courage, intelligence, and creativity. It's time the universe saw it." Taro activated the communications system. With care, they broadcast the message into space, sending it to the city they had left, to any listening humans, and even to distant alien worlds. Slowly, the whispers became a clear, human voice, telling the story of exploration, invention, and resilience. Across the galaxy, the signal traveled. Some humans received it quietly, hidden in their homes, feeling a spark of hope and inspiration. Aliens intercepted it too, surprised by the intelligence, skill, and daring of the human race. For centuries, they had underestimated humans, believing them weak and insignificant. Now, the truth could not be ignored. Rin looked at Taro. "This is what humans have always done. We survive, we learn, and we inspire. And now, We're showing everyone that humans are capable of greatness. Taro nodded. And this is just the beginning. Other settlements, other messages, they're out there. Humans are everywhere, waiting to be discovered. We're not just survivors. We're explorers, thinkers, and creators. They spent the next hours exploring the settlement, activating dormant machines, and documenting the history left behind. Every discovery was a testament to human ingenuity, tools designed to explore, machines built to record knowledge, and messages meant to inspire future generations. Rin felt connected to the humans who had lived here centuries ago, understanding their courage, their creativity, and their determination. As the sun rose higher, casting light across the alien landscape, Rin climbed a small hill overlooking the settlement. From there, she could see forests, rivers, and distant mountains. The planet was alive with possibilities. The whispers that had guided them here now felt like a chorus, calling out to all humans, remember who you are. Keep exploring. Keep learning. Keep rising. Taro joined her, smiling. The whispers became a voice. Humans everywhere will hear it. The galaxy will know we are clever, brave, and unstoppable. Rin nodded, feeling hope swell inside her. We've proven it. Humans are more than survival. We are creators. We are thinkers. And no matter what challenges the universe puts before us, we will face them. We always have. The first messages returned to the city, inspiring humans hiding in the shadows. Others across planets received it, awakening a spark of courage and curiosity. Even some aliens paused, reconsidering everything they thought they knew about humans. The whispers that had started on a rooftop had grown into a voice that could not be ignored. Rin and Taro stood together, watching the message travel across the stars. The journey had been long, filled with danger, mystery, and discovery, but humans had proven themselves. They had followed the whispers, faced challenges, and found the lost settlement. And now, the whispers were no longer quiet, they were a declaration of human potential. Rin clenched her fists with determination, feeling the strength of generations of humans who had come before. We will continue, she said softly. We'll follow the map, find more settlements, and share our story. Humans will rise, no matter where we are. No matter who doubts us. No matter what the galaxy throws at us. Taro smiled, placing a hand on her shoulder. Then let's make sure the voice keeps growing. Humans will be remembered. Humans will inspire. And the galaxy will know what we are capable of. High above, the stars shone brightly, reflecting the courage, intelligence, and perseverance of humans. The whisper on the rooftop had become a voice across the galaxy, a voice of hope, creativity, and unstoppable spirit. Rin and Taro looked at each other, knowing this was only the beginning. The universe had witnessed the first true declaration of human ingenuity, and humans would never stop reaching for the stars. The whispers were no longer hidden. They were a song of humanity, echoing across worlds, a reminder that humans could survive, adapt, and rise above all challenges. And with courage, intelligence, and determination, Rin and Taro led the way into a future where humans were more than just survivors, they were the voice of the galaxy.